Welcome back to another incredible episode here on Unapologetically Shaun Podcast, where we talk about everything self-care, mental health awareness, and a splash of pop culture, and anything and everything I like to talk about. So, first I want to let you know all of the places that we are available to listen to, which is on Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Pocket Cast, Breaker, Radio Public, Anchor, and always, every Wednesday on my YouTube channel, Life with Shaun, I upload this podcast, and also a Black Girl Healing Session. The past 2 weeks, we'll get into why I didn't post a podcast episode, but let's just get straight into it and get to the point. So, I guess this would kind of tie in why, I haven't been posting. But anyways, today's episode will be called Vision, or Finding Your Purpose, or just really, discovering why you're searching for your purpose so much. And, I'm just going to freestyle this. I do have a few topics, because the reason why I decided to do this episode in general is because this is where I'm currently at in my life, what I'm currently feeling in this very moment. So I just wanted to talk about it with you all, and I'm sure somebody else can resonate with this topic, this discussion today. So I hope you get something positive out of this. But let's just get right into it. So I'll just tell you about yesterday. So yesterday, and a couple days, before yesterday, I have been feeling really, I don't want to say defeated, but just feeling like I've been feeling off and on for the longest. Like, what am I really supposed to be doing? Am I on the right track? Really questioning a lot of things in my life. And so, God is very funny, has a great sense of humor. And so yesterday I was working, focusing on work, because I have stopped everything and then put all my focus in work, because I was falling behind before. And so I had to catch up, because this is my means of income to help support my family. So I had to get things, back on track there. So since I've dropped everything else and just put all my focus in work, I was starting to feel like, what am I doing? Am I still moving forward in the things that I want to do out of life, So I'm working, like I said, and I came across this video. Normally in the background, I have YouTube playing just to have something else playing while I'm working, so it just don't be silent, But anyways, I was on YouTube, and as I said before, God has a funny way of getting us to see what He needs us to see. So I came across this video by Dr. Myles Munroe, and it was called How to Write Your Vision. Now I'm like, okay, that sounds like something I might want to listen to. So I just ended up clicking on it. No thought. I didn't search for it. It was on my front page of my YouTube. So I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna see what he's talking about. And the funniest thing is, everything that I have been feeling, everything that I've been basically putting out in the universe, asking God, what am I supposed to be doing? Am I on the right track? All of that. He broke it down so much in that video, and it was crazy. And that's how you know that God speaks to you through different avenues, be it people, videos, books, whatever. God speaks to you. And so I feel like He was speaking to me in this video in particular, because it's basically me and my vision and my purpose and which direction I'm supposed to be in. So I took a few notes during me listening to the video and working that really caught my attention and made me realize, hey, I'm I haven't really been focusing like I should be focusing, And I'm just gonna say a few things that he said, and then we can, go in more depth of what he was saying. So basically, he started off basically saying your destiny dictates your vision or your decision, which is true. Like, whatever your destiny is meant to be, or your purpose in this world, really dictates what your true vision is in this world. So I thought that was very powerful that he stated that, and I think that's very true. And then also this was something I thought was really good, because a lot of us don't live in the moment, and we're always striving for what's next. We never celebrate the now, So he basically said, this is the time for intentional living. We all have a date that we will transition from this earth, right? So us keep trying to chase the bag or just chasing these dreams, we're not living in the moment to even appreciate what's going on now. And so that's why he said these are the times for intentional living. We have to intentionally live, because the future is not here and the past is already past us. So we're just in the now, right? So yeah, I thought that was very powerful. He also said, if you want to be successful in life, don't seek success. Seek to become a person of value. And this applies to anything in your life. Like if you own a business, if you want to become a brand, all of that. We are supposed to become a brand anyways. Like in general, you as yourself is a representation of who you are, your personal brand, right? So you have to become a person of value, because make yourself valuable and they will pay for you. So if you want to be like a public speaker, you're trying to do anything in business, you have to become a person of value. People do not support unless they feel you are valuable or you offer something valuable. So basically, you have to become someone that someone can remember. You see what I'm saying? So that's what he said about that. And I thought that was very true, because if nobody feels you are rememberable, then they're not gonna invest in what you're trying to do. So I thought that was really, really powerful, and something that I needed to think about myself, because I own a business and I'm not trying to sell a product. I am trying to sell an experience. I'm trying to bring awareness. I'm trying to do a lot of things with this brand. So I have to personally become a valuable person. And also, this is a big thing, that when you own a business, you cannot charge. It's not your responsibility to make things affordable for everybody, because you're not selling to everybody. You have a target audience. So it's not your responsibility to make things affordable for somebody else. You know what I'm saying? So you're supposed to charge your worth. You're not charging just for a product, for material. You are charging for your time, your talents, and your creativity and the experience. It's not just for the product. So it is not even with just products. Even if you're like a public speaker, you charge your worth. So like Dr. Myles Munroe was talking about a time where he was where he had a speaking engagement, and I don't know if you all know who Les Brown is, but that's someone you should listen to as well, because he's a powerful speaker as well. But they are friends, and he asked them, how much did you charge them for your speaking engagement? And he said, oh no, I just charged him like $5,000. And then Les Brown was like, why? Do you think you're worth $5,000? And he was like, no. He was like, well, then why did you charge them $5,000 if you're not worth it? He said, you're better than me as a speaker, and I charged them $25,000. So basically the moral of the story is charge your worth. Don't charge what you think they can afford. Charge what you feel you are worth. And I thought that was powerful, because we give so much of our time and downplay what we're worth. And that's in any aspect, not even pertaining to just money, but we just downplay our self-worth when it comes to relationships, anything. We just downplay it, and we have to stop downplaying our self-worth. So I thought that was very powerful, a powerful story too, because we always do that. I wonder why as a people we do that. Like, we downplay how great we are. So I thought that was powerful. He also said, become so good in an area that they can't ignore you. So become so good at whatever you're trying to be good at. If you're an artist, if you write books, if you are a public speaker, whatever, somebody that's creative, whatever you do, that's your talent. You have to be so good at that people can't ignore what you're doing. And I'm like, yes, that's me. So that's basically saying focus on that talent and become so good at it that when people think of that, they think of you. So I thought that is true. That is very true. And that's what I need to do personally. Also, he said, all true visions will be tested for authenticity. So if it's a true purpose or a true vision, something that you're supposed to do, you will be tested in that. And the whole test is for you to pass to see if this is what you're truly supposed to be doing, you know? You also need to realize that a true vision is discovered when you discover something you are supposed to die for. So something that you stand on. Say if you are an activist or something, and you do this because you're trying to make a difference in the world, help your people, help people in general. And so that's the reason why why you became an activist. And that's something that you would die for. We have so many leaders that have died to make a difference for other people, to make a change in this world. You don't have to do anything like that. It's the simplest, littlest things that you yourself can make a difference in this world. You might think it's small, but it could be big in other ways, or big to somebody else. So you have to figure out if that purpose that you have is something you are willing to do for free, you're willing to die for, you're willing to take a stand when nobody else will stand with you. So I think that's powerful. Also, you have to think about what it is you like to do to create your part in history. We all are like a little dot in history. Every person on this planet has a seed that was planted in their soul that you have to figure out what it is, right? So you have to figure out what's your part in history that you're gonna make. I thought that was powerful as well. And also he went on to talk about how you can outgrow your friends, you can outgrow your family. Sometimes your circle have to change if you want to go to a certain place, in life. You have to change your circle because some people are so small-minded and they're not open-minded that they can't understand your vision like you understand it. They can't see how you can achieve this. So they'll downplay it and they'll try to talk you out of it. And sometimes you just outgrow those type of people. You have to surround yourself with like-minded people, or surround yourself with people that are where you want to be, so that they can help you become where they are, help you guide you there, you know. So I thought that was true. That was something I already knew. Like, you definitely outgrow people. But, you know, it was good to hear that. And also, this was the whole thing where I realized, yeah, God was speaking to me through this video. Just like I said, I've been searching and trying to figure out, what am I supposed to do in this life? Why do I always feel like I'm on a hamster wheel? All of these things, right? And I just sat and heard this. I'm like, yeah, I've been looking all different places trying to see what stick. But the whole time I was supposed to be looking within. And when Dr. Munroe stated that we have to look within and that your future is trapped inside of you, I'm like, that was the answer I needed. The whole time I've been searching everywhere, when the whole time it's already inside of me, and I just have not looked within to figure out what it is. So basically, you have to quiet all the noise, which is something I need to do, because I never quiet the noise and just sit and try to listen to God's voice, you know. So he talked about meditation and how it's very important. It's a very important aspect of prayer. A lot of times when we pray to God, we ask God for what we want. We talk to God. We give praise to God. And all of these things, right? Which prayer is you talking to God. But most of the time, that's all we do is talk. We never sit and listen. Like, you could say a prayer, talk to God, tell God everything you want, all your heart's desire, right? But then after you do all that, you're supposed to meditate. You're supposed to sit and you're supposed to listen. And that's when God will speak to you. But most of the time, we're so in a rush, we don't give God the time to speak to us. We just pray and just go, you know. And that's why most of the time people don't hear God. Or most of the time people think God is supposed to, his voice is supposed to be this big, powerful, rumbling voice, but it could be the smallest, quietest voice that you're not listening to. Just like when you keep hearing something, or you keep getting that same idea, that's God speaking to you. And that's what Dr. Munroe was stating. If you keep getting the same thought or the same dream, that's God speaking to you. So, you know, sometimes you think like, how do God always speak to the preacher but never speaks to me? When in all reality, he's been speaking to you, you're just not listening. So I thought that was like, yeah, that is so true. Just like when I started Amour XXIV, I kept hearing that in my head, that I need to do that, because during that time I wasn't putting myself first. I didn't even think about self-care and all of that, and I just kept getting that idea. I just kept getting it. And I think that was God telling me that that's what I needed to do. I didn't know I needed to start a business, or I just needed to do something with that name, or need to do something with self-care, or promote it, like bring awareness to mental health and self-care. And so that's why I kept getting that same thought. And listening to this, I'm realizing that was God speaking to me, that I have to do it. I don't know if I'm on the right track, which I feel like I am. I'm still bringing awareness through like my podcast, through my YouTube channel, through my business. I am bringing awareness, so I feel like I am on the right track. It's just organizing my vision, you know. So I'm almost done with everything he talked about, because I swear you all have to watch this video and hear more from him out of his mouth when he said. But I just wrote all of this stuff down that I felt was resonated with me. He said, write all of your desires down. So all of your heart desires, you write them down. No matter how many pages it is, just write everything out. And your vision is the thought that won't leave you. It's that dream that keeps coming back. That is your purpose. That is your vision. And he also said that we need to reduce our life to one sentence. And I thought that'll take a lot of thinking and reducing it to one sentence. It's basically identifying your gifts and your talents and explaining it in one sentence, and that is your vision. Just like, people that are actresses and singers and all of that might be their purpose. It might not be just that, but they can reduce that into one sentence. Not just your occupation, but what is something that your gift, your talent. You might be a great baker, you a great speaker or something. You have to reduce it into one sentence. So I thought that was pretty thought-provoking. Like, okay, yeah, how do I reduce my life into one sentence? And also, he said you have to always revise your vision. Go back and make sure and ask yourself and question, like, hey, am I on the right track? What do I need to do to make my vision come to fruition or improve my vision? So I'm like, this whole video spoke of everything that I needed answered and that I've put out in the universe, and I asked God, because I've been questioning it lately, because I'm like, am I doing too much? Which I realized I was overwhelming myself. I was starting to get depressed, and it was just becoming too much. And I'm like, what am I supposed to do? I know that I have this passion for bringing awareness to self-care and talking about mental health, because I deal with mental health issues, and I have family that deal with mental health issues, and everybody in the world deal with some form of mental health issues, and everybody needs to know the importance of taking care of themselves and slowing down and living in the moment and all of that. So I know that this is something that was implanted in me, and I know that I need to get it out. It's just slowing down and focusing on one thing at a time. And I think that this video did help me, outline a few things about what I really need to be doing, So I just wanted to talk about that and let you know why I wasn't posting on these last 2 weeks. Yeah, it's been 2 weeks. But I will be back with more topics, and yeah, we're just gonna be back full force. All right, I hope this video, it will be a video, but I hope that this resonates with you all, and have a great week, and I will be back with Black Girl Healing Session as well. All right, bye.